Hi guys, welcome to another video. Today we're speaking about 5 things that you should know if you're thinking of buying the Xbox Series X. Let's get into it. Hi guys, welcome to this channel. On this channel we speak about gaming, tech, and other nerdy things that I find interesting. So if that's something that you like, please subscribe down below. We've just hit 100 subscribers and it'll be great to see how quickly we can work together to get that doubled and get to 200 subscribers. Without further ado, let's get into the video. So as I said, this video is all about the Xbox Series X and some things that you should bear in mind if you're thinking of buying one or if you're comparing it against other consoles. Just some things that you may not actually pick up on other reviews and other things that I found useful when I got my consoles as well. So just for some background clarity, I have both the Xbox Series X and the Series S and also the PS5. So this is a non-biased sort of overview of the console. There's no bias towards Xbox or the PS5. Overall, it just gives you some things to bear in mind. So point number 1 that's going to start us off today is the look and feel of the console. I'm sure you guys have seen all the memes about the Xbox fridge, you name it. You know, it's a distinctive looking console. It's actually not too bad looking in my opinion. You know, it's not too in your face unlike the PS5. It's quite simple, but at the end of the day, it is very distinctive. You know, it is actually quite tall, it is quite chunky, and I actually got caught out with that. My original plan was to have the Series X as a family sort of media device because it's got, you know, the DVD player, the Blu-ray player, that kind of stuff. But one thing I didn't actually count on is that it wasn't going to fit into our existing TV unit. So if we were going to use it, we would have to sort of put it on top of it. It just wouldn't look nice. So I actually swapped the Series S downstairs and have the Series X up here in the office next to my PS5. It's not as tall as a PS5, but it is thicker and wider, so it may not fit into all your guys' setups or units, so just bear that in mind. It does have a really cool sort of green neon tinge to it when you look at the top on the fans. Prior to release, everyone thought it was LEDs or something, but it's just painted on. It does look pretty cool, and it gives a nice little nod back to the original Xbox. In terms of the controller, nothing's changed too drastically. If you're used to the Xbox One controller, you'll definitely be right at home with the Xbox Series X controller. The D-pad slightly redesigned, bit grippier triggers, and there's a new share button as well. So overall, if you're used to the old Xbox One controllers, you'll be right at home with the new one. And in fact, the Xbox One controllers even work with the new Series X and the Series S. Overall, when the console is running, it is pretty quiet. You would really need to sort of strain your ears to try and hear the fans. It's a bit of a different story with the disc drive in, but at the end of the day, I actually download most of my games, so it doesn't really bother me that much. But I would say it is actually slightly quieter than the PS5 if you wanted a comparison. So moving on to point number 2, and that is the performance and speed of the console. This being the Series X, it is obviously the bigger brother of the Series S, so this is the all singing, all dancing. It can go up to 4K, 120 FPS. Realistically, you're going to be getting closer to the 60, but nevertheless, that's what it does offer. So just like the Series S, the Series X offers quick resume, and in the video for the Series S, that is linked down below in the description, I raved about quick resume, and it's seriously amazing. My thoughts on it haven't changed one bit. It seriously changes the way that we play games. You know, you can jump in and out between different titles. It saves where you are. It's brilliant, and honestly, I think that's one of the main things that sets apart the new generation Xboxes with the PS5s. Load speeds are really good, as you would expect from having an SSD, which coincidentally is 1 terabyte, unlike the smaller PS5 variants, and you can also expand that storage with proprietary memory cards. Overall, if you're coming from an Xbox One, a PS4, even a Series S, you will definitely see the jump in performance and in the gameplay. I've got a video out that compares the Xbox Series X gameplay to the Series S on Microsoft Flight Simulator. So if you wanted to see what the difference between the two consoles gameplay-wise, once again, the link will be down in the description below. Now, moving on to point number 3, and it's one of the big points. You really can't speak about any new Xbox console or ecosystem, you know, whether that's on the PC, without speaking about Game Pass. Game Pass is seriously one of the biggest things from Xbox, Microsoft. It is genuinely, I think, the future of gaming. For those that don't know, I don't think there'll be many of you, but if you don't know what Game Pass is, it's essentially a monthly subscription that you pay to give you an access to a wide variety of games that you can download on your Xbox device, your mobile devices through cloud gaming, and also your PC. The main thing to bear in mind as well is that all releases that are exclusive to the Xbox platform, such as Halo, future Bethesda releases, Forza, they come to Game Pass day one. So you don't need to buy the game separately if you already have the membership. And for me personally, that is one of the main reasons why I have the Xbox myself. That's why I have the Series X in here and the Series S downstairs, because I can play a wide variety of different games from Game Pass. I can download them, play them. If I don't like them, delete them. So overall, I think that's such a big point to bear in mind with the Series X. You do get Game Pass, and the amount of money you can potentially save is phenomenal. Even if you just download one game a month, that's what, 30, 40, 50 pounds or dollars, that more than pays for the membership. So that kind of leads me nicely into point number 4, and that is the price of the console. So the price of the console here in the United Kingdom is £449, which is comparable to the PS5 disc edition, which is it's exactly the same. Now, one thing that kind of sets it apart is that the PS5 obviously has the digital edition that gives you a cheaper entry point into the fully fledged console system. What I mean by that is obviously there is a digital version of the Xbox, the Series S, but you do sacrifice some other things as well, mainly performance, and also you get a smaller hard drive on the Series S as well. So that's one thing to bear in mind. If you do want to experience the full Xbox experience, you do have to go for the full £449 or dollars. For the Series X, there's no sort of cheap alternative like you do get with the PS5. So even if you are someone that's not too bothered about having a disc drive, you're kind of forced into paying the full premium for the Series X. However, like I said in my previous point about Game Pass, if you factor that in, overall it will save you money. So I don't think it's too much of an issue. But again, it's all about consumer choice. So again, just something for you guys to think about if you're thinking of going for the Series X. So moving on to my final point number 5, and that is a point that not many people actually think about, and that's backwards compatibility capability of the Series X, which is truly phenomenal because it can play games all the way back to the original Xbox. Now, we can't do it to every single game, there are some exceptions, but in the majority of cases you can play Xbox 360, Xbox One games, so it gives you a massive library of games to go back to. Something that the PS5 can't really compete with the PS5 just going back to the PS4. And another thing that makes it really cool as well is, and something that I love doing, is going into sort of second-hand game shops, just looking at games in the bargain basket, or some pre-owned games that you may have never thought of playing, picking it up for a pound or two and having a blast playing games that you never thought to play. And I think that's something that you lose with digital only consoles, something that you can't get on the Series S or the PS5 digital, and to an extent with the PS5 as well, because that can only play PS4 and PS5 games. So I think backwards compatibility is a massive feature for the Series X, and I think Xbox and Microsoft should be actually shouting about that a little bit more. But hey, that's just my opinion. Some people don't care about older games, they just want to concentrate on the new stuff, which is fair enough. But then again, it's just one of those things that I think some people will appreciate. So there you go, guys. That's 5 things that you should know about the Series X if you are thinking of buying one. Please let me know down in the comments below if you're thinking of getting the console, or if maybe if you got one and what your thoughts are on it, or if you are from the PlayStation side, why you wouldn't be thinking of getting the Xbox. Anyway, guys, thanks very much for watching this video. It is much appreciated. Please like the video, please subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you very soon.